guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. I just spent the most annoying 20 minutes of my life. I recorded my first video in like quite some time last week, and I had the setup perfect, and for some reason it took me like 20 tries to try to get remote shooting from my desktop. I have no idea. It didn't recognize the USB cable, and then just randomly it started working. So I need to like clear the bad energy, because I was like, I'm gonna come on screen and just be so surly. I'm just so aggravated. That was so annoying. All right, we're gonna get back into this, and I swear it's gonna go way more easy going forward. I just want to get into the grind of just being able to like get ready and turn on the camera, and it's still taking me like 20 to 30 minutes to do setup, and I'm just like aggravated. So, all right, let's take a deep breath. Let's start over. Hi, welcome. It's Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'm gonna take a sip of my cold coffee, because this is just the epitome of motherhood. You never get a hot cup. Like the first 3 sips are hot, and that's it. All right, so we're back today with a favorites video. The last empties was a long one. Sorry about that. I had been collecting that since we lived at Alex's mom's house, and I was just determined, because the move before I just threw everything out. Even though I had a full box of empties, I was like, nope, I can't deal with it, we're moving, and I just chucked it. And I'm like, no. When we moved from Alex's mom's house to our new house, I was like, I am taking this box with me. But then obviously we got here, got settled, and it just kind of sat there until I was ready to film. So sorry if you don't know what I'm talking about, haven't seen that video. I will link it in the description below. It's my first video in quite some time, so there's a little update about our lives and what's going on. We're gonna try to get back into the grind of vlogging on the weekends. We do stuff pretty much every weekend, so I don't know why I don't think to bring my camera, but we're gonna get back into it now that we're settled in our new home. And so I'll take the camera with me later today. But let's get started with a favorites video, because I kind of teased that maybe I would do this video next. I don't have a ton of products, and I actually have a couple of misses here as well. Things that like I don't like, or I've swapped out, you know, kind of went back to the original formula because I liked it better. So I want to just start out with this bag. I know I'm late to like the cross body bag. I'm just gonna stand up, by the way, so you can see my cutie outfit. But my mom actually gave me this, and it was sitting in my closet, and the reason why I pulled it out is my bag was filthy, my purse, and I'm not someone who would like ever think to wash my bag, but it was just disgusting. I mean, you name it, it was in there. Like soiled makeup that had melted, baby snacks, old gum that has like sand on the bottom of it from when we've gone to the lagoon. So it was just disgusting. I threw it in the wash, and I was like, I have nothing to put, you know, my wallet in and my phone. And so I grabbed this, and I feel like, why would I ever go back? It's so nice and lightweight. I've been running errands all this week with it, and it's just big enough. I'm going to show you. It's got like a main big one that I have my wallet in. Obviously it's Florida, it's hot. I always kind of have a little perfume or a body splash, and usually I'll put like a lotion in there because I'm a chronic hand washer, so my hands are always dry. On the outside pocket, it's big enough to throw like some credit cards or just like a lip gloss. Another pocket here, I just have some gum in here and a pen. It's already collecting garbage as we speak. And that one's big enough too to like throw a couple pieces of makeup in. You're gonna have to travel light. And then I love this piece because it's like, I don't wanna have to go in and out to get my phone. So this one, there's no zipper, but it's just big enough to like slide your phone in it. It's perfect. So, oh, and there's also like an inner section too, which I didn't even know about. So I kind of feel like this is like the cool mom's fanny pack, you know? It's like fanny pack, but not. And big enough to like get everything in that you want, but like small enough to feel lightweight. Like, oh, why would I ever carry around my bulky purse again? Now I say that, and I have a 1-year-old who always needs stuff, so I'll probably miss my bag eventually, because I tend to throw her sippy cup, a snack in it. But you guys, I'm loving that. Maybe in the fall or winter I'll switch back to a bigger bag, but for summer and just quick running in and out, that one is so good. So if I can find something similar on Amazon, I will link it, but my mom left that for me, so I honestly don't even. The brand is Miss9, Missnine. If you're curious. Okay, next we're moving on to coffee. So I switched over to organic coffee like a couple months ago, and I've kind of never gone back. For my second cup, I'm doing the mommy coffee, which is a decaf, or it's really quarter calf. But we have been, oops, so much light. We have been, Alex and I, drinking the Coffea coffee. So it's fine organic coffee, single origin. Now, there's not a ton when you go organic, like there's not a ton that have flavors. So I found that this one had like 20 choices. We've so far gone through amaretto, which is kind of like an almond flavor. That one was really good. This, I think, was our second one, and this one, I had to mention it because it's so good. This is the pistachio and vanilla. So good. And what I love, too, is like you can get either ground or whole bean, and I have a grinder, so I prefer whole bean. It just, to me, is like a fresher cup of coffee every single time. So I got the whole bean. Now, I made the mistake with the next one I just purchased, which is maple. It kind of was like, ooh, moving into fall, you know. Well, I say fall, it's August. Moving into September, I wanted like more of a fall flavor. But this one, I definitely will go back to, like, meaning the whole bean, because I accidentally ordered the maple in the already ground, and it's just not the same. So anyway, wanted to recommend this brand again. It's Coffea, so coffee with a EA at the end. Coffea flavor, fine organic coffee, again, single origin, and I think it's like a medium blend, so it's not crazy heavy, but it's a little bit denser than like a breakfast blend. Anyway, we really like this flavor, so I wanted to mention it. They also have like a pumpkin spice. Alex loves hazelnuts. We'll probably do a hazelnut soon. We just kind of like mixing up the flavors. You know, we kind of get sick. It takes us, I would say, on average, because I drink this every single day with work, and Alex really only has like a cup on the weekend. So I think it takes about 3 weeks to a month for us to get through like a whole bag. And so we'll probably have the maple through September, and we'll come up with a new flavor. Okay, now this is a swap out, okay? So you guys know that I've been a fan of the Physicians Formula bronzer. I kind of like started with this, and once I started with it, I never went back. If you don't like scented things, this does have a slight coconut scent to it. It's not crazy, and once you put it on, it kind of dissipates. It's Murmur Butter Bronzer. Goes on super smooth. This is what I have on today. It's like a very natural, nothing aggressive or super dark. It's just a very natural glow. And I actually, you know, I get sick of things, so I wanted to switch to something different. And I stayed with Physicians Formula, but I went with the Butter Glow Bronzer Plus Blush. The light is kind of drowning this out, but this is kind of what it looks like. And it's like one of those where it's got like a bronzer, 2 bronzers actually, and a couple blushes that are kind of like, you know, an iridescent. So it gives a glow, and it's a blush bronzer duo, as it mentioned. I don't know. This was a little dark for me, and depending on how I swirled my brush, it would kind of pick up differently every single time. So if you are a blush girly and you go for a blush all the time and you want that like really pretty summer glow, you might like this. And again, it's not like I hated it. I'm almost through it. I've hit pan. I'll probably use it up the next couple weeks. But I don't know. I was missing the original. And I tend to not wear blush really unless it's like a special occasion. Then I'll maybe add a little bit more, especially in the winter when, you know, I'm a little bit paler and you're not out in the sun. You need like a little something extra. But on the day-to-day, I find myself just reaching for a bronzer just to give my face like a little bit of a little sun-kissed glow. So swapping this out for this. Again, didn't hate this, but missed the original. So wanted to mention that. If we're staying on makeup, I have 2 mattifying setting powders that like I'm obsessed with. I was using the Rimmel London, it was just like, I think it's called Stay Matte, and I was noticing like, why do I look like a grease ball like every single day? And I just think it was that. It just wasn't enough to like A, set my makeup correctly, but B, keep the oil that comes, you know, in the later afternoon at bay. So I decided, okay, I'm going back to something different because this is not working. I heard about this on another YouTuber's channel that I follow, and I'm like, let me see. She says the hype is real. I'm like, how could it be that good? It's that good. So this one is the L'Oreal Infallible Blur-Fection. Don't take my word for it. You guys got to try it for yourself. It says up to 24 hours. It's blurring plus brightening. It's a loose setting powder, so a little bit messier. The annoying thing is too, is like you really have to like, when you're using it, like hammer it down because the little opening is just so tiny and you'll just get out like a little bit at a time. But it's really good. I don't know what to say other than it's like a really good setting powder. Anytime you have pink in it, it's automatically brightening. That's what I was telling you guys with the was it Maybelline, the Maybelline under eye concealer I told you guys I was using. I like the pink version because it's just gives you a little bit more brightness in the under eye area. Well, same concept obviously with a setting powder. So this is really good. I want to say this is $10. I got this off Amazon, but obviously you can get it at any drugstore. And then in the same vein, I like to throw something in my bag, so this will definitely live in that bag I just showed you guys. So not all setting powders, you know, and I took a chance on this one, are the same. This one is called Perfect Pore Pink Pack. Again, it's Korean, so it's all written in, you know, that language on the back. I can't really read any of it. Bless you. But it's the lightest it's the lightest pink setting powder. And again, I just find myself dabbing throughout the day because I tend to get greasy right in like my T-zone. And this one is amazing. I had the Butter Physicians Formula setting powder in the car and it never did the trick. I'm just being honest. Sometimes you get them, it's a hit or a miss. This one just does a really good job, and again, it's pink, so it's just bright. It like absorbs the oil, but it brightens too in exactly the spots I need it. So I don't know why the other one doesn't work, and this one does, but that's just, you know, different formulas. So wanted to recommend this too. I want to say this is under 10, and I will link, if I can find all of these things, I will link them in the description. But again, it's called Perfect Pore Pink Pack. Just look for the packaging that looks like that. And so good. And this one again is like a compact powder versus like a loose. So this is like, you know, when I set my makeup for the day, this lives in my drawer, and on the go, this one's really good just because it has that little sponge that it comes with and easy to just touch up throughout the day. Okay, staying with makeup, I want to talk about a huge miss. I was very excited for this because I like a lot of Real Techniques products. I use a lot of like their makeup brushes. So when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is brilliant, how innovative. It's one of those makeup sponges, and this one advertised, the thing that I hate about makeup sponges is you just go through like so much liquid foundation because, hello, it's a sponge, it absorbs the makeup. So I know you're supposed to soak them, right, and then squeeze them out just so, you know, they're not completely dry, and that's supposed to help for the sponge to not absorb as much, right, because it's already like full of water. But it still absorbs. So when I saw this advertised, I was like, how cool. Now, I don't know, the camera kind of picks it up, but this one is kind of covered in some sort of material that they're saying doesn't absorb any of the makeup. So it's like 80% reduction in usage of like your foundation. So I was like, oh, how cool. I bought it like the next day on Amazon because in store it was just way more expensive. I saw it at Publix and I'm like, that's ridiculous. So I got it overnighted with Amazon, and the next day I tried it. This is like the worst invention. I don't know who came up with this, but they should be fired from their job immediately. This is the dumbest product. First of all, it doesn't work. That's first and most important. Second of all, it almost has like this pattern on it, right? Almost like a fingerprint. It literally leaves that pattern on your face. So like as you're putting your foundation on it and putting it on, I'm like seeing a pattern. Like, what is going on? Who created this stupid invention? Now, hey, I get it. It was a good idea, like in theory, you know, in actualization, like whoever, they did not do enough testing, okay, on this. And I have to imagine this bombs like immediately. I didn't even check what people are saying online, but it does not work. And it's just, honestly, the great thing about the sponge, right, is it's supposed to be like seamlessly and flawlessly, like almost airbrushing the makeup on. This is smearing. Like, I feel like I'm like a paint project. I'm just smearing the makeup. Like, it's not absorbing, it's not buffering it in, it's just sliding around on my face and leaving this like finger-like pattern. So this is a huge miss for me. I would try to return it and get my money back, but honestly, I mean, it's opened, I tried it, so I just felt bad. I'm like, I'm just gonna throw it out. But I had to mention it first because if you're curious about it and you've seen it in store, let me save you some money. Okay, next up, I mentioned this in my empties, but in case you don't get through that 40-minute video, because like I said, girl, that's a long one. This one is my second bottle, and I really, really like this for a drugstore foundation. I'm someone, like I said, that now that I have a baby, I'm like 10-minute makeup. Like on a day-to-day, my makeup takes me, I would say, 7 to 10 minutes. Like, boom, I'm done. That's all I have time for. On the weekends, right, if I'm like contouring and like doing a little bit extra highlighter and stuff, then like, yeah, it'll take me maybe closer to 20 minutes, right? Like, I double it. But on a day-to-day, this has been my new go-to foundation, and I love it for a couple of reasons. This Maybelline, obviously, the Super Stay line is already popular. This one was a newer launch. It's their Lumi Matte Foundation, so it's not as like flat and matte on your skin, which I found as I've gotten older is just not flattering. Like, I don't prefer a full face anymore. I kind of like a little bit of a lighter coverage. You can see my skin through it. It's more breathable, right? It's not gonna break me out. Second of all, it is hot here in Florida, and in the summer months, like I would say April or May through like September, I do not want anything on my skin. In fact, I lean more towards like a BB or a CC cream or like a tinted moisturizer almost. But if I'm gonna do foundation, which some days I like to just be a little bit more put together and look a little bit more polished, this is definitely what I reach for, and it's actually very affordable. I think this is around $10 to $13. I think at like Walmart you could probably find it the least expensive. I'm not sure what they charge on Amazon. Obviously the most expensive is going to be like a CVS or like a grocery store, but I've seen it a lot of places. I did shade up, I think, to 120. This is actually what I'm wearing today, and I don't really need to do that much blending, right? Like, I don't have, my face is a different color than my neck. You know, this works for me. So I think this is like a good summer color. But this is my second bottle, and I can't say enough good things about it because the coverage is really good, but it's so lightweight on your skin. And my favorite one is the Laura Mercier, I think it's called Real Flawless. That one's like $50, so if you want to spend $50 on a foundation, that's like my super, hey, it's a holiday or date night or like I'm going out, I'll use that one. On a day-to-day, this is so sufficient for, you know, anyone's needs. Okay, last couple of items. Volume. I'm someone that has pretty fine hair. I have a good amount of it, but I'm always looking for like volumizing products. I wanted to mention two. I tried this. At first I wasn't sure that I liked it because it kind of made my hair feel like almost dirty, but I think that's kind of the point, is that it gives some like grit and texture to the hair. My hair is super like very shiny and like super fine when it dries naturally, so almost immediately as soon as I wash it, I'm like, oh, I need something. So I think you might like this. It's the Show Stopping Volume Double XL Stylist Volume. I think this is new. It smells pretty good, and this would be used as like, now it does have a white cast, so if you have super dark hair you might not like this, but for blonde hair it works. So it just gives like pretty good texture and volume. So you know, if I already have some oil and I need, you know, a little more absorption, I would reach for this. If my hair already, you know, doesn't need that and it just needs straight up volume, I'll go for the Oribe dry texturizing spray. I actually had a bottle of this, and this stuff is expensive, and I'm mad because I could hear some product left, but the cap is just like dried up, and I've had this for a while, so I'm gonna have to just chuck the rest. But I was like, wait, I think I have a travel size, and I bought it because it's so good. I you know, when I go away, I want to have something with me for volume. And let me just show you guys, this is like crazy volume. So almost immediately, like, my hair doubles in size. Now, again, it looks kind of messy now, so you can kind of brush through it, but you could just see like the crazy amount of volume it gave from just those two products. So again, you want to concentrate towards the root, because really this is where like the bulk of the volume would come from. I don't really spray towards the bottoms. It's the top is going to give you like pretty much all that you need. But if you just spray it at the root, you know, I think it would last you a while, and I think you would get the volume that you want. So I want to recommend those two of my favorites, especially now that my hair's shorter. I could get a little bit more volume really easily. So that's what I've been kind of reaching for. I was gonna say last but least, this is second to last. So I've been back into like my dry brushing. I kind of always did this, but it was just more of an occasional thing. Now I'm like very dedicated, like twice a day. This is so good for lymphatic drainage, circulation, just to get the stagnant. I haven't been working out as much, and sometimes, especially when I'm like feeling just icky, like I'm gonna come down with something, I do my dry brush. So you're gonna want to always, you know, start, you know, kind of at the end, whether it's the bottom of your legs or the, you know, start of your, and brush always towards the heart. I've read a book on lymphatic drainage, so I kind of know the different areas, like what you should push that fluid towards. But it's so good for your skin. The first couple times doing this, you're gonna have a ton of dry skin cells, so they recommend you dry brush before you get like bathe, shower, take a bath. Since I've been doing it pretty regularly, I don't, you know, I can kind of do it any time of day, so I kind of just, you know, fit it in when I can. But this has become like one of my, I would say, favorite self-care routines. It feels good. You only need a couple of minutes like per area. So, you know, I kind of even do it on my work calls, you know, especially if I'm just listening in. I'll just kind of dry brush. They want you to do it twice a day, and have like a full glass of water before each. You want to drink as much water as possible in general, but to eliminate that and help with the lymphatic drainage, this will take like any stale toxic materials in your body and eliminate them. Also helps with skin tightening, cellulite, waste elimination if you're kind of like stagnant, you know, and have like gut issues where you're just not going to the bathroom. Dry brushing can help. I have like an entire book that I'm reading on dry brushing, but I also again read a book on lymphatic drainage. So you pretty much have lymph nodes in different areas of your body, and so you brush towards those and they'll just kind of help push out those toxins. But I've just noticed my skin is glowier, my legs look smoother. So I usually do it before bed and at some point in the morning, and I've tried to again do it twice a day. But I just wanted, you guys could do your own research and read up on it, but it's something that like is so inexpensive, right? This is like $10 and not that many people talk about, but it's so good for you and has so many benefits. So just wanted to recommend that. You could get any dry brush. Will say that not all dry brushes are created equal. So if you're gonna get them from like a TJ Maxx and a Marshalls, just make sure you kind of test them out. Make sure it's soft enough. You don't want it too soft. You want it to be able to like move the skin, but not irritated, not leave marks. I've had some brushes that are like so firm and I have like red track marks, you know. I think Pore's is the kind of, you should look for a natural brush, obviously not synthetic. it will last a long time. You can wash these in some just soapy water, warm water, and leave them out to dry. But again, I would say you don't need to do that, you know. I would do it after the first time because you're going to get a lot of dead skin cells the first couple times. But after that, like, I only wash mine maybe every 4 to 6 months. You could do it. So again, wanted to recommend it as part of like your wellness self-care routine. So good for you. And last but not least, and I kind of already mentioned this, I feel like I've repeated myself, but it bears repeating because this is my favorite one. And I pretty much take an Epson Salt bath every evening. It's just kind of the way I wrap up my day. I'll read my book in the tub. I'll do my dry brushing sometimes before I get in. And this scent is so good. So this is the Honey Blossom. It's limited edition. So I went out last time and bought a ton of these. I just wish this was like an air freshener or a wallflower because it's so good. I feel like I would really enjoy this scent like all over my home. But this one is made with Manuka honey and essential oils to help relax the mind. You want to soak for at least 20 minutes. They say 2 cups. That's a lot. I mean, I would go through a bag in like 3 days if I used 2 cups. I probably fill it with like a half of a cup to a cup. And yeah, smells so good. Obviously, you can kind of smell them through the bag. So go to the store and again, something else to maybe make as part of your wellness routine since Epsom Salt has a lot of like health benefits. So anyway, I think that's it, guys. Oh, I have actually one more thing. Let me mention it really quickly since the video is kind of getting too long. So my mom got me into this. I actually just kind of obliged her when she was here in March, saying I would do like this craft with her that she's really into. So it's called Diamond Art. This is, I think, my 3rd picture that I'm working on. My mom actually bought this one for me. It's really pretty. It's like a bookshelf, or I was gonna say a bookshelf, a library. It's like a little library bookshop. And I think this is, again, the 3rd one I've worked on. So the way that these work is there's these little talons, these little beads, and there's a key on the side, and so each color corresponds to a different number on here. So it's kind of like a paint by number with beads, if you will, but it's so relaxing. I found myself almost doing this mindlessly in the evenings, especially if I was stressed out or I just needed to decompress. If you do this 30 minutes to an hour, you can get lost in it easily. I've done this 2 to 3 hours and looked up and not even known how long I was working on it, especially if you put on a podcast, you can kind of just get lost. It's so relaxing. So I wanted to recommend it. Pretty easy and self-explanatory, but I wanted to show you guys that I've gotten very serious about this. And I got this thing off Amazon. There's a bunch of different kits, but this just helped me organize myself a little bit better. So there's all of these plastic bins and they correspond with different beads. Now usually you can get bigger ones than this. This doesn't hold all of them per kit. Like I probably have 6 or 7 that don't fit in this box. So those ones have less beads in them. I put the ones that have the most beads and I'm gonna use the most in here. And I also, it came with stickers so I can kind of label them. And each, again, number corresponds to different numbers. So I've labeled them so I can find them really easily. So not only do I have a bead like organizer kit, but to see better, I also got this. Now it's not gonna turn on right now because it's not charged. It has to be like plugged in, but this is a light. So basically what you do is at night, so I could see the numbers a little bit better because they're really small. You know, I'm getting old, my eyes aren't as good. You put this over it and it kind of lights it up from underneath so you can really easily see the numbers and the colors just kind of pop out a little bit more. But it's so cool, it's so fun. If you've never tried it, there's like clubs and everything. They do like these crafts at the library that are all diamond art. Even at like, I've seen brewery, there's like diamond art night. So I've officially become an old fart. I was kind of making fun of my mom for doing this and now she got me into it. And I've actually hung 2 of the diamond arts that I've done. One I've hung in Juliet's bathroom. It's really cute. It's a little kitty sitting in a bathtub. And then this is the other one that I did. And this is like all beads. It's really cool. I think this is gonna go in our downstairs bathroom. Now, you don't have to keep every single one that you do. Like, I think some of them I'll just wind up giving away or not doing anything with. But I found you can just go on like Amazon and search for like diamond dart frame. I think I got this frame for like $7, you know, it's like fake wood look. And yeah, it's just really cool. You can hang them around your house, obviously, or gift them to friends and family, but just a very mindless, relaxing craft. Don't we all deserve that at the end of the day? Just like a mindless, relaxing thing to do. So anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Like and subscribe, obviously. Stay tuned because we will have some vlogs hopefully coming soon. And we want to share our new home with you guys, our travels. We have like a really fun trip coming up with Alex's brother and his fiance and Juliet, and we're going on the road with Bluey and heading down to, I always say heading down, heading up to Georgia. Like, my mind is still like, hey, I live in New York, and so everything is south of me, so I always forget we're going north because we are south already. So we're heading up to Georgia for a little getaway in October. We're going to be vlogging that, so it should be a lot of fun. Stay tuned, more content coming. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Oh, by the way, do we like the tree in the background? I was trying to hide the mess that is my desk behind. But I don't know, maybe we need like a plant up here in the office. I dragged this up, by the way, from downstairs, but let me know if you guys kind of like the tree vibe behind. Maybe we'll get something for up here in our office. Okay, see you guys in the next